What's going on, guys? This is Cal Ward, and I just want to talk to you a little bit. Firstly, last night I went to this awesome Ron Clark event here locally. It was powerful. Got to build up my library with Global. I forgot the name. Global Awakening is the name of the movement. But more than that, I want to talk about the coronavirus a little bit here, because the coronavirus is getting people to operate in fear. The first thing is this: prophetically speaking, anybody that says that this is a judgment on the world, you know that they are not in the Holy Ghost. You know that they need to step it up, and they are basically, in my terms, spiritually speaking, that's an idiot. Why would you say, and why would you even think that this is a global judgment on the world? So that's number one. Number two is when you understand the medical terminologies and you understand a little bit of medical science. How is it that a virus is so pointed? It starts in one country, blows up super quick, and then it slowly spreads to other countries. And then in the environment that you would think that where people have taught that most tropical environments are where diseases spread, you don't find it rampant in Africa, right? So that lets you know two things. The fact that the coronavirus is not rampant in Africa or has not spread there or promulgated there, number one, lets you know that a lot of the diseases that have been in Africa have been placed there by other people. Number one. Number two, it lets you know the strength of the immunity. But moving on, a virus is a virus. Now, many people have already seen the videos that said on the back of your Lysol bottle, it has on there kills coronavirus. Told that to people about a month and a half, ago, when this first came out. This has not killed as many people as the flu, has not killed as many people as lung disease, heart disease, and some of these other medical issues annually. They kill hundreds of thousands of people, like diabetes and some of this other stuff. However, this has been made for some reason to be a huge world scare and epidemic. So I'm going to posit to you some things. So number one, let's look at China politically. Number one, you had a leader who was a dictator and a leader who wants to rule the world, did not like the United States as a dictator, was killing Christians, burning down churches, incarcerating pastors, and treating its people. And it's under a communist regime, and it's over there. And this is what they were doing internally, as well as it's also been said that they have stolen intellectual property. So we have a country that is doing that, right? So if those things are true, then you have a country that can be a possible threat, not only a world threat, but a threat to the United States, a threat to other countries, given its capabilities. Let me tell you something. No country can fight two wars. So strategically, a country cannot fight two wars. You cannot fight an internal, medical war within your country and prepare and be prepared to go to war with someone else, right? You can't do that. And so now that this country has been debilitated, it has to determine, where do I put my resources? Because human resources, which are people, right, are the intellectual property, is the intellectual resource that backs all of the activities. So when a country is dealing with a medical issue, its resources have to be taken and used to deal with that medical issue. It cannot be seeking outward military or militaristic aggression. So I just want to throw that out there for people, something to think about. Thirdly, there are too many other things that qualify as world issues of judgment rather than this quote unquote coronavirus. Those of you that think that this virus is natural, I believe you're crazy as well, given the whole process of this disease. It popped up suddenly, it spread suddenly, and it's coming out of country slowly. And it's a strange disease, and people are overly concern. So what are some things you can do for your health if you're that concerned about the coronavirus? Well, I tell you, number one of the things you can do, of course, wash your hands. Of course, when you wash your hands, when you go to the bathroom, I tell people, listen, when you go to the restroom, wash your hands, use a paper towel, then use the same paper towel or grab another one to open up the door to leave the restroom. That way your hands won't have to touch the door. When you go in push doors and things, use your elbow. That's one way you can eliminate getting germs and picking them up there if you're that worried about it. Number two, some people have got an N95 mask. I think that's overboard, but it wouldn't hurt to have one or two in your house. It wouldn't hurt at all to have an N95 mask, to have one or two in your home or have one there. What can you do for your basic immunity? I tell people go get some organic, lemon juice and lime juice. They're acidic when your body metabolizes them. They're alkaline, and it really helps to reduce the acidity in your body. But it also helps you because you're ingesting and getting some vitamin C, and you can control. You can get it naturally. It's organic. You can add it to water. But I'm going for number 4. You can also take the same lemon juice, lime juice, add it to some baking soda, add some alkaline water, and drink it. Some people that is Alka-Seltzer, right? But you can do that because sodium bicarbonate just helps to oxygenate the body, right? And so it's a salt, but when you ingest it, it does different things. So look that up. You can ingest sodium bicarbonate daily. I also recommend people just brush your teeth with that. You have different uses for sodium bicarbonate, but what do you do in your house? Well, in your house, I tell people if you have a diffuser, number 1, I think I always mentioned Lysol, clean with Lysol. Number 2, if you have a diffuser, one of the things you need to do with the diffuser, you can put some peppermint oil and eucalyptus oil in the diffuser, and it'll allow you to inhale, exhale, and open up your lungs. But also now add tea tree oil and clove. Tea tree oil and clove, antimicrobials, which means microbes. Microbes are fungi and bacteria, so antimicrobial, right? So you can inhale your oils in your house, get it into the limbic system, but also getting particulates of the oils so that they can help to protect you. So that's something that you can do as well. So it's all about building up your natural immunity, building up yourself, and eating right. Number 5, another thing you can do is to ingest greens. There's a great green juice called suja, and you want to ingest greens. Greens have been known to fight against diabetes, known to help regulate the blood pressure, help keep your skin, vitality, energy, all of that. And so the last thing I want to put out here is the fact that you can also, there are 3 things you want to do with disease. You want to reduce inflammation. Number 1, you want to reduce acidity, and you want to reduce accumulation of mucus, right? When mucus is in the lungs, it's pneumonia. When mucus is in your joints, it's arthritis, right? You want to reduce this. And so you want to reduce inflammation, reduce acidity, and you want to reduce mucus buildup. So reducing the acidity in your body will reduce the mucus buildup. It's an input into that. And so reducing the acidity is help maintain your homeostasis by your diet. That's why I told you about lemon and lime juice, but it's also your diet and the foods that you're eating. This is why having a good diet and taking the macronutrients as well as the micronutrients that you need to are so crucial to you. And that's why hydrating is so crucial to you. So ingesting those greens is something that you can do for that. But going back to the alkalizing, the lemon and lime juice, will help with the acidity, which will feed into the reduction of mucus in your body. But also, anytime there's a disease state, you have mucus. But also, the inflammation, you can go and get you some turmeric. Now, turmeric will definitely help you because turmeric will help to reduce down inflammation in the body. That's like greens, and this is why antioxidants are so important as well. So ingesting some vitamin C, building yourself up. Also on the natural tip, I call it a tonic. It's my tonic. I use it to knock out stuff. Apple cider vinegar mixed with cayenne pepper and honey, and I add garlic powder. Excuse me. I add garlic powder to that. Garlic powder to that help knock out nausea. And garlic is known to be antimicrobial as well. And so taking that in your body helps to fight off disease with the cayenne pepper, the honey, and the vinegar. Does well for the stomach, does well for your body. So those are some things I want to put out there. Don't be afraid of this coronavirus. Don't be afraid of things that are out there. Those that are spiritual. I don't even know why people are so afraid of this disease. If it's your time, it's going to be your time. And then you need to look at the demographics of the disease. When people give you a number for mortality, the mortality rate is broken down into different demographics. So it's broken down, what percentage of the mortality rate were elderly, what percentage were child age, what percentage were infants, things of that nature. Ethnicity, it's broken down to region. You can break it down to a lot of different things. So I want you guys to be blessed. Don't worry about a coronavirus. You should be praying, and you should be in divine healing anyway. Know that Jesus is your healer. We have the divine life, and we are healed, period. And we should be running to Jesus, who is our doctor for healing and things. Yes, we use natural medicine, but we should be coming to Jesus for things like that, coming to the Holy Spirit, operating in the divine healing and operating and staying in that vein. So I just want you to be blessed. And I just want to put out my little 2 cents on the coronavirus. Thank you for tuning in. Share this. If there's any information in here for you, and share this with people that you know so everybody can protect themselves, right? And build up their immunity so that they will be strong enough to fight off anything that comes their way. I want to thank you for tuning in. And please, again, share this with somebody if it's blessed.